What's going on, guys? Today I'm back with another H.A.T format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your H.A.T format replays, you can go down to the video description and find all the information on how to go about sending those in. Anyways, the matchup I have for you today, we have Riftwa, who is going to be on Mecha Phantom Beast. I'm not sure if this is similar to the last game I showed off of them playing this deck where they were also on the hands. We will definitely have to see. And their opponent, Nugaz93, again, sorry if I mispronounce your name, who is going to be on Harpie hands. So another really cool deck as well. And so hopefully this will be a good match, but the only way to know for sure is to get straight into it. So it looks like Riftwa is going to win the rock, paper, scissors and get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see O-Lion, Breakthrough Skill, Fiendish Chain, Mega Raptor, and Soul Charge. So in all right hand, honestly, they're going to need some other form of token generator unless they are playing it a little bit slow. And on the other side, we see Bottomless, Elegant Egotist, Cyber Harpie Lady, Hysteric Sign, and Harpie Chandler. So a very strong hand here from Nugaz. And here we will see Riftwa draw for turn, getting a copy of Mecha Phantom Beast Warbler, and a card that you don't see very often, but it is pretty cool. It is a level 1 tuner. I'll go over it real quickly. It says, if this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon of a machine type monster, special summon the Mecha Phantom Beast token with the usual Mecha Phantom Beast token stats of machine, win, level 3, 0 attack, 0 defense. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon any other monsters except wind monsters, and while you control a token, this card can't be destroyed by battle or card effects like usual, and then you contribute one other Mecha Phantom Beast monster, increase this card's level by 1. You can only use one Mecha Phantom Beast Warbler in effect per turn, and only once that turn. So a really cool card here, and anyways, here, it looks like they are going to start their turn by just setting that copy of O-Lion, setting to back row, and over to Nugaz, who gets a copy of Hunting Ground, which is actually just great given how many different extenders and things they have in hand. So here, going and activating Hunting Ground, normal summoning the Chandler. Hunting Ground will activate here, trying to pop one of the back row from Riftwa here. And here, it looks like they are going to hit the copy of Fiendish Chain, and after that, the Harpie Chandler is going to use its effect, which is going to discard the copy of Cyber Harpie Lady and attempt to summon a Harpie monster. So this says you can discard one Harpie card, special summon one Harpie monster from your deck in defense position. So here, going and using the breakthrough skill on that. So very unfortunate, but they do still have this copy of Elegant Egotist, which they are going to fire right away. And here they can special summon a copy of Harpie Lady #1 from deck. And then it looks like because the Hunting Ground is mandatory, it is going to have to pop itself there. And after that, we are going to see Nu go into a copy of Lightning Chidori. This card, one of my favorite cards that's unfortunately locked behind wind monsters. It says, if this card succeeds summon, target one set card your opponent controls, return it to the bottom of the deck, and then once per turn you can detach a material from this card, target a face up card your opponent controls, return that target to the top of the deck. So a very strong card here, going and putting that O-Lion on the bottom of the deck before going to battle phase and attacking for 1900, going main phase 2, setting that copy of Bottomless and back over to Riftwa, who now gets a copy of Foolish Burial. Let me just see real quick. It looks like, okay, for sure. So here it looks like they are going to normal summon the copy of Mega Raptor, and that is going to eat the copy of Bottomless. There almost could have been a reason, maybe they didn't have the read of Bottomless, but what they at bare minimum could have done is maybe gone for like a Foolish Burial, send the copy of O-Lion, O-Lion would summon a token, and then they could summon the Mega Raptor freely, and at that rate they'd be able to swing into the Lightning Chidori. The Mega Raptor wouldn't be able to be destroyed by battle because the token's on board, and then, you know, during main phase 2, at that point they contribute the token and add a different Mecha Phantom Beast, and at that point they still have the Soul Charge live. Also, I guess in theory they could have maybe gone for a Foolish Burial, sending, say, a copy of Cult Wing or something, and then at that rate just normal summon the Warbler and Soul Charge back the Cult Wing. The Cult Wing would use its effect, summoning 2 tokens, and you could go from there, but it's kind of hard to say what they had the read on for that, but definitely a lot of cool options. Mecha Phantom Beast feels very unexplored in a lot of cases, so it's nice to see Riftwa, you know, taking some initiative and actually going and, you know, trying them out. It's one of my pet decks personally too, so it's really cool to see. Anyways, Nu drew a copy of Ice Hand, which they summoned and just went to battle phase, attacking in with both here. and after that going and setting that copy of Hysteric Sign before passing it over to Riftwa, who gets a copy of Fiendish Chain. From here, it looks like they're going to set the Warbler and set to back row, back over to New, who gets a copy of Warning, goes battle phase, attacks in with the Lightning Chidori, but that is going to be met with Fiendish Chain, and then the Ice Hand is going to attack over the Warbler, going main phase 2 and setting that copy of Warning before back over to Riftwa. Here they're going to get a copy of Soul Charge, which now they are going to activate Foolish, sending a copy of Colt Wing, and then using the set Soul Charge, and that is unfortunately going to get met with Warning, but we know because it does negate the activation, you can actually go and activate another Soul Charge here. So activating the second Soul Charge here, or technically the first, and summoning back the Warbler and then Colt Wing. And here we are going to see kind of that play that I mentioned previously, going, and because Riftwa has another Mecha Phantom Beast in the Warbler in here, can go and actually special summon 2 tokens from Colt Wing's effect. And after that, let's see, they are going to use Colt Wing's effect, attributing 2 tokens to destroy the Ice Hand, which will also banish it here. And it looks like they didn't read the full effect because, yeah, this gets banished, so it will not go to graveyard, so it won't be able to trigger here. And after that, it looks like they are just going to pass it over. They can't really do anything here. Maybe they're not playing a level 5 Synchro, or just in general, maybe they're wanting to keep the bodies on board because the Lightning Chidori can just stack one of them. Here, though, they get a copy of Harpie Lady number 1, and they're going to take a second to think. They are going to summon the copy of Harpie Lady number 1, which it is actually kind of, a lot of people forget about the effect, but it says all wind monsters on the field gain 300 attack. So while they did give it to this, the Chidori also will gain 300 attack here. So anyways, going to battle phase, running over the copy of what's it called? The copy of Colt Wing. And I guess I should mention, though, that this couldn't use the effect even if they did try to go for a Synchro because of the Fiendish Chain. But irrelevant here in that case, so just passing it back over to Riftwa, who now gets a copy of Tetherwolf, which is a great card to draw, being able to normal summon it, use the effect, and get a Mecha Phantom Beast token. And okay, so now they do catch the a little attack boost there as well. And anyways, here we are going to see a Synchro summon of a level 4 because the token is a level 3 and the Warblerin is a level 1 tuner. And then from here, Warblerin can summon a token, and after that, going to battle phase, attacking in with the Tetherwolf, and then main phase 2, using the Armory Arm to equip to the Tetherwolf. So it will gain 1,000 attack there. And here it looks like Nuke drew a copy of Hysteric Party, which is a great card. It's not going to be live right now, but in general, a very strong draw for them, switching the Chidori to defense, and then over to Riftwa, who now gets a copy of Mind Control, so they could at least do some damage if they really want to, or they can just go and run over the copy of Chidori, and there the Armory Arm will trigger to inflict damage to New equal to the attack of the Chidori here. Does it say original attack? I know that this has had a couple small updates and stuff like that, but it says, while equipped a monster, if the target battle sent to the graveyard, inflict damage to destroy the monster's original attack. Okay, for sure. So just taking 19 there. Here, New gets a copy of Duality, which now they can just activate the Hysteric Party, discarding the Duality, summoning back the Chandler Harpie Lady number 1, Harpie Lady number 1, and Cyber Harpie Lady, and going just straight into a Cowboy. Riftwa only had 800 life there, so a quick, well, not a quick, but a pretty back and forth game 1 there, but New does take game number 1, so moving into game number 2, Riftwa will get to start. Opening hands, we see Max C, Tetherwolf, Soul Charge, Mega Raptor, Fire Hand, and on the other side, we see Hysteric Sign, Harpie Lady 1, Ice Hand, Harpie's Hunting Ground, and Phoenix Wing Windblast. So pretty solid hands from both players, and here we do see the hands from Riftwa, which I'm not sure, again, if they were maining them in this specific deck. I know the last time I showed Mecha Phantom Beast they were, but anyways, here Riftwa will get a draw for turn, getting a copy of Mind Control. So from here, let's see, we are going to see Riftwa take a second to think, maybe thinking to set the Fire Hand or just normal summon the Tetherwolf instead, using the effect and getting a token. After that, passing it over to New, who gets a copy of DD Crow, goes and activates the Hysteric Sign to grab a copy of Elegant Egotist from deck, activating the copy of Hunting Ground, and then normal summoning the Harpie Lady 1 and using the effect to pop the Hysteric Sign. Now, one thing that should be noted noted here that they kind of messed up on by even activating this is a hard once per turn. It says you can only use one Hysteric Sign effect per turn and only once that turn. So hopefully they do catch this, but you, in theory, are not able to add the Elegant Egotist and get the end phase effect. So if anything, in most cases, they probably should have just set this and then activated the Hunting Ground and summoned the Harpie Lady 1. So we will see what happens here, activating Elegant Egotist, and we are going to see Riftwa chain that Max C, summoning a copy of Cyber Harpie Lady, and here we will see Riftwa get a copy of Mega Raptor, and then the Hunting Ground should be triggering here, which they do catch, which has to pop itself again, because this is mandatory. After that, we are going to see a overlay for a copy of Black Shipicorn using the effect, and, well, here Riftwa draws first off the Max C, and then sends that copy of Tetherwolf, because if not, it wouldn't be able to be destroyed by battle anyways, and then setting the copy of Wing Blast, and going to end phase, and yeah, so they do catch that, and very unfortunate. That could definitely be a, big mistake on NAWCQ's, actual plays here. They definitely should not have been super greedy there, but as we probably can tell, they might not have known that ruling. But even then, it says once per turn and only once per turn, so maybe they just overlooked it. Here, Riftwa drew a copy of Scapegoat, normal summons the Fire Hand, and goes to battle, trying to attack into this copy of Black Shipicorn, but we are going to see the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, stacking it back on top of the deck by discarding an Ice Hand, going main phase 2, and here we are going to see Riftwa just set a copy of Scapegoat, pass the turn over. Here, NAWCQ gets a copy of Harpie Queen, and let's see, they are going to normal summon the Harpie Queen and go to battle phase, running over the token and then attacking in with the Black Shipicorn, but we are going to see Riftwa activate that Scapegoat, so being able to, summon a bunch of tokens here, and the Mecha Phantom Beast, while they won't gain the levels of the other tokens that aren't Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, you can still use any sort of token for their effects, so that is kind of a cool thing there. And let's see here, Riftwa gets a copy of Fire Hand, which we knew because it was stacked. They're going to instead normal summon the copy of Mega Raptor, using the effect getting rid of the token, and searching, let's see what they add, getting a copy of Olion here. Okay, and then here we are going to see the Mind Control activated, going and trying to take the Harpie Queen, and funny enough, both of these are wins, and the Mecha Phantom Beast deck also plays Lightning Chidori in a lot of cases, but here instead we are going to see a copy of Honor Arc. Honor Arc is going to take the copy of Black Shipicorn, and from here, just passing turn. Okay, and let's see here, NAWCQ gets another copy of Harpie Queen. Also, unless I'm missing something, did Riftwa not attack there? I'm wondering if they were playing around something specific, or, I mean, the Mind Control was activated, so the Harpie Queen wouldn't have been able to attack, but there's no other restriction that I'm aware of here, so kind of interesting there. But anyways, here moving along, it looks like NAWCQ is going to pass. Here, Riftwa gets another Soul Charge, probably just going to summon another Mega Raptor here if I had to guess, which they are going to do, and again, just swinging in for more damage, and after that, going main phase 2, using the Mega Raptor to pick up a copy of Tetherwolf by getting rid of another token, passing it over to NAWCQ, who gets a copy of Hysteric Party, so not a terrible draw at all, normal summoning the Harpie Queen, going to battle phase, running over the token, and setting that copy of Hysteric Party, and after that, we see Riftwa get a copy of Fire Hand, and we are going to see Tetherwolf normal summon, using the effect getting a token here, and then the Mega Raptor's effect also triggers because a token was special summoned, that it looks like Riftwa will get another Mecha Phantom Beast token here, and so now these are going to be, level 10, because they gain 3 for each Mecha Phantom Beast token, so because this one summoned a Mecha Phantom Beast token, this one summoned the Mecha Phantom Beast token, these are level 10s, so here we might just see this being the end of the game, going and Tetherwolf attacking in, and oh no, it looks like they are going to use the Tetherwolf effect in the damage step, I believe it is, that once per battle during damage step, when this card attacks an opponent's monster, quick effect tribute a token, this card gains 800 attack until the end of this turn, so going and running over that copy of Harpie Queen, attacking in with the Mega Raptor and attacking in with the 101, but here it looks like on the 101 attack, we are going to see the Hysteric Party activated, discarding the Crow and summoning out 2 copies of Harpie Queen, Cyber Harpie Lady, and Harpie Lady number 1. And after that, main phase 2, we are going to see a Dracosac summoned using the Dracosac, detaching the Megaraptor and summoning 2 more tokens. After that, using the copy of Dracosac, getting rid of a token to pop the Hysteric Party, which is going, let's see here, which is going to destroy all the Harpies, because Hysteric Party says activate this card by discarding 1 card, special summon as many copies of Harpie Lady as possible from your graveyard. When this face-up card leaves the field, destroy those monsters. And obviously all of these are treated as Harpie Lady while on the field and in the graveyard. And so here, New gets a copy of Fiendish Chain, and obviously that is not going to be enough. So we are moving on into a game number 3. New guys will get to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Coltwing, O-Lion, DD Crow, Torrential Tribute, and Foolish Burial. And on the other side, we see Hysteric Sign, Breakthrough Skill, Bottomless Trap Hole, Harpie Chandler, and Harpie Dancer. And here they will draw a copy of Firehand. And let's see what they choose to do here. Normal summoning the Chandler using the effect and discarding the Dancer, summoning a copy of Queen, activating the Hysteric Sign, and it looks like they're skipping some steps here. Yeah, grabbing the copy of Elegant Egotist, firing the Elegant Egotist, and after that, going and overlaying for a copy of Karen Gorgon before setting 2 back row and over to Riftwar, who gets a copy of Ice Hand, and let's just see Bottomless and Breakthrough. So actually, this Ice Hand could potentially put in a lot of work here. Normal summoning the copy of Ice Hand, and they're thinking going to battle phase, running and crashing into the copy of Chandler. And after that, we are going to see the Ice Hand trigger going and popping the set. And here it looks like they were trying to use the Karen Gorgon in the damage step, which they aren't able to do, hitting the copy of Breakthrough Skill, summoning a copy of Firehand, Firehand attacking into the Karen Gorgon. Firehand will then pop the Karen Gorgon, summoning a copy of Ice Hand, attacking in. And from here, we are going to see main phase 2 setting that copy of Torrential over to New, who gets another copy of Hysteric Sign. And let's see, setting the Hysteric Sign, setting the Firehand here over to Riftwar, who gets a copy of Max C. And let's see what they choose to do. Normal summoning the copy of Coltwing, which is going to get met with Bottomless. After that, we will see the Foolish Burial activated, sending a copy of O-Lion, which will summon a token here. And after that, let's see what they choose to do. Banishing the copy of O-Lion for its secondary effect, which says, let me see, you can use this, no, my bad. You can banish this card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon 1 Mecha Phantom Beast monster from your hand. So here being able to summon the other copy of O-Lion and then synchroing for 5, going for a copy of Armades. And here we are seeing New think for a second. The Armades will attack over the copy of Firehand, which won't be able to trigger because of Armades' effect. And then the Ice Hand will attack in. And after that, it looks like they were checking if it would trigger as well. And over to New, who gets a copy of Harpie Queen, normal summoning it, and going to battle phase, attacking over the copy of Ice Hand. Ice Hand is going to trigger, popping the copy of Hysteric Sign and summoning a copy of Firehand. Going into end phase, and DD Crow is going to be activated, probably to banish this copy of Hysteric Sign, because the thing with Hysteric Sign is it has to be in the graveyard at the time that it would trigger here. So we are going to see that banished, so therefore New will not be able to go and actually get those 3 different Harpie cards from their deck. And here it looks like they just passed there, and Rifta drew a copy of Dark Hole, going straight into battle phase, Armades over the Harpie Queen, and then attacking in with the Firehand. Back over to New, who gets a copy of Hunting Ground, and it's not looking good for them. Yeah, and Riftwa is able to take that. It seems maybe like Nugaz here was maybe new to this deck a little bit, and they weren't exactly sure some of the rulings and things. That Hysteric Sign play was really rough for them, especially given they were already up 1 game. Maybe had they known that, it would have definitely been a different outcome. But regardless, I wanted to show off this Mecha Phantom Beast deck again because it is a really cool deck, and, you know, people always ask me for it. And I think Rift was a really great pilot with it. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. Comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out. Share this video with your friends. And don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. Whether you won or lost, if you thought the deck you or your opponent played was pretty cool, feel free to send it in. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see it. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.